Yo guys, what is up? It is FPL Jamie, and today I've decided to take on a new challenge, and that will be doing the World Cup Fantasy Football. This is the FIFA, I believe, sponsored by McDonald's Fantasy Football. I think it's sort of the main one that most people are using. So, if you want to play, I highly recommend it. The link will be in the description, and you can start your team up and stuff. And throughout this series, or whatever it is, I don't know, I'm literally just going to be, I'll try and give you tips, but more than likely you guys will be giving me tips. I'm just going to show you my journey in the FIFA World Cup Fantasy Football mode and what I'm going to do to try and hopefully get a good result in the end. So, today I think I'm just going to be showing you guys what I've got so far, and then perhaps you guys can help me and leave some suggestions in the comments on what I could do to improve. I will explain why I've got each player, so hopefully that can help you out a bit as well. But yeah, I guess we'll just get straight into it. So, I mean, this is my team. It's my team that I've got at the moment. Now, don't look at the bench because the bench is completely awful. What I found is that with 100 million budget, it's very hard to get a very good all-rounded team. So for the bench, I basically selected players who are probably going to play, not very good players, but they are probably going to play for their respective countries. So that is why I put those players on the bench. They're all the minimum budget you can get for each thing, like midfield, defence, and goalkeeper. So on to the team. Now we have in my opinion, I've got a very good starting 11 here. Um, my strike force consists of Griezmann, Jesus, and Werner. Now, in my opinion, these are all going to be the forwards for France, Brazil, and Germany. In my opinion, three of the favourites to win the World Cup. So I've gone ahead and got all three of them. Now, granted, there is Messi, Ronaldo, and Suarez, and who am I missing out? Neymar. But the problem with getting those players is just because how expensive they are. If you get those players, it's not going to leave any money to have a good team anywhere else. So I went with Brazil, France, and Germany forwards, who I think are still going to do exceptionally well. I think Messi, in my opinion, is a bit of a risk anyway because he's in what I believe is the group of death. Argentina have got a very hard group, and I think Messi might struggle. But regardless, I'll go into why I picked each player. So Timo Werner, it's looking like he's going to be the man to lead Germany up front. It could have been other players, I think like Wagner and Gomez and stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Werner. And it's a risk I'm willing to take. Hopefully it is Werner. And I think he'll just score. He'll just be the one that scores all of the goals for Germany. And so that's why I picked him. At 9.5, he doesn't have many people that have selected him, I believe. I think it's just 6% last time I checked. And yeah, you can see here 6% at 9.5 million. And the first game will be against Mexico. So hopefully he does well right there. On to the next striker, we've got Gabriel Jesus. Now, this guy seems to be leading the line for Brazil. I think Firmino will be on the bench, probably get substituted later, but for the most part, I think Jesus is going to start. He's been playing well, he's been scoring lots of goals, and I don't think it's worth getting Neymar. I think Jesus will get a lot of goals as well. He's playing in that central forward role, so he should get the majority of the goals anyway. He's been exceptional for his nation in the past, even though he's a young lad. So I think he'll do well at the World Cup. I really do think Jesus will do well, so that's why I've got him in my team. Griezmann, I think he was the top scorer at the Euros. He's almost guaranteed to start. I mean, he is guaranteed to start. He might not start up front. There's a possibility he might start at cam, but I believe he'll still start up front and score loads of goals. He's Griezmann, top scorer at the Euros. He starts against Australia. I think he's just a great player to have in your team. Onto the midfield. Now we'll start with the bit of a weird selection here. We've got Cueva. He's only selected by 2%. Now the reason I selected Cueva is because he plays for Peru, who have a they've got quite a lot of good attackers, and he's playing very forward. I think he's playing as a cam or perhaps a winger, and he takes penalties for Peru as well. He scored quite a few goals in qualifying and also friendlies. So I just thought Cueva would be like a great player to get into the team for that reason. And he's only 6 million, so for the budget player, I thought Cueva was one of the best ones you can get. And I think there's no point going for one of the big team players like Casemiro's, probably about 6 mil as well, because they're not going to score. They're just going to play defensive roles, and they're not going to score. So that's why I've gone with Cueva there. On to the next position now. This one was a no-brainer for me. Christian Eriksen, he has been literally the whole of Denmark. He scored like, I think it's something like 10 or 11 goals in like 12 qualifying games. He's been absolutely phenomenal. It's Christian Eriksen. He's playing against, I believe that's Peru to start. So yeah, I think Christian Eriksen will do really well this World Cup. I've got no reason to doubt them. Denmark as a team, I think they've got a great team. I think Eriksen, he's bound to do well. So that's why I've got him in my team. Next up, we've got Isco. Now, he's another player who's done pretty well in friendlies recently. I think he is going to play in quite a forward role for Spain, and I think he definitely will start. I think Asensio probably won't start, along with maybe a few other players. I'm not sure, but I think Isco will be definitely a starter. He had that really good game against Argentina where he scored that hat-trick, didn't he? So he looks like a great player to have into the team. So, and I needed a Spanish player. I thought I've got to have a Spanish player. It's ludicrous not to have one. So I've got one, and it's Isco. On to the next position, we have James Rodriguez. Now, this is a position I'm not so sure about. However, he is playing against Japan for his first game. Colombia had, in my opinion, one of the easiest groups. I believe they'll probably top their group. And I think James Rodriguez is going to be the star. He's going to be the star of that team. He's done well in previous tournaments. I've got no reason to doubt why he wouldn't do it again. So that's why I've got James Rodriguez into the team. On to the defence. Now we've got a three-man defence, Christensen, Trippier and Meunier. The reason I picked Christensen is because I actually just do have a hunch that Denmark are going to do well this World Cup in my opinion. I think Christensen, he can score a few goals as well, maybe a few headers or something like that in the box. He's guaranteed to start for Denmark and he's 5 million, pretty cheap, pretty good player there in my opinion. Now for the other two, these are both going to get forward, I believe. I think Trippier and Meunier are sort of playing as right mids or right wing backs, the pair of them. Trippier has got a few assists in qualifying and friendlies, and he's pretty much guaranteed to start now because Walker, I believe, is going to be playing centre back, and England are going to play three at the back with Walker centre back. So Trippier should be starting. And next up, we've got Meunier, and now Meunier has been absolutely phenomenal. I'm not even kidding. Meunier has been incredible. He's scored loads of goals, he's got loads of assists, and he's literally a fullback or a right wing or right mid. So I think Meunier will do well. I really have no reason to doubt why Meunier wouldn't do well. And then we have Lloris in goal. I think it's a solid goalkeeper. I think France are going to keep a lot of clean sheets in their group. And I think Lloris is just a great goalkeeper to have in goal, a safe one. For Germany, I wasn't sure who to go with because they've called up Neuer despite them having Ter Stegen. Are they going to play Ter Stegen? Are they going to play Neuer? I wasn't sure. I've gone with Lloris. I think it's a safe goalkeeper. And onto the bench, as I said, I'm not going to dig too far into these players because pretty much all I'm certain is that these players will probably play, maybe not the goalkeeper, but I believe the other three will actually start for their nations. And they're not the most expensive players, so that is why I've gone for these three players. They're probably not going to get any goal contributions, they're probably not going to get any assists, but they start. So it's 2 points if for some reason one of your players don't play or they get injured. But I'm sure I'm going to be able to transfer players out. I think it'll be fine. Okay guys, so that is pretty much my team overall. And wait for the next video to see what I'm going to do next. I'm not sure if it's going to be a tips video or what. But yeah, let me know what you think about my team and how I can improve it. I have used up all my budget, but I'm willing to listen to any suggestions you guys may have. Hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. Please subscribe if you're new and peace out.